On today's show, we are going to do a chicken and potato recipe that is southern, down home, best cooking. You are going to love this marinated chicken with onions and potatoes and Gruyère cheese. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. On today's show, we are going to cook up some marinated chicken on top of onions and sliced potatoes with an egg cream mixture with some Italian seasoning. I'm going to use my Carrabba's that I reverse engineered, as well as some salt and pepper. And we are going to get started by cutting up our onions. So for the onions, I'm going to use this chopper instead of hand cutting them with a knife. This is just fast for your weeknight cooking. Come home, you gotta do it fast. I already started chopping those for you so you can see what they look like. There you go. Now all I have to do, spray some Pam. I always hit the one that I'm cooking with the Pam. Just like that. Then, put our onions in here. Just like that. And then I'm going to get this back in the kitchen out of my nose. Looks good. Okay. Now potatoes. The potatoes, I'm using a mandolin. Once again, I'm not cutting them with a knife. That will work. This mandolin, you have to be real careful if you're doing this without the guard. It's kind of hard to use the guard till you get down a little bit. But yes, I have cut myself with this toy, so you really should use the guard whenever you can. Of course, don't let kids use this thing without a guard. I actually cut myself last time just pulling it out of the cabinet. That's how easy it is to cut yourself. There we go. Wow, look at all the potatoes. We'll throw these in here, just like this. Wow, look at that. There you go. Then we need some salt and pepper. You know, potatoes get a lot of salt, so I do too. And I love pepper, so I'll do too on the pepper. And let's get our chicken in here. Now, I cut this chicken up so it would be in small pieces, and I also marinate all my chicken. So this chicken was marinated before it was frozen, and it just takes it to the next level. There you go. Let me pitch this. It's nice and easy to use the glove like that. Okay, here's what we have. 2 eggs. The milk. And the measurements for this are down below. If you hit the subscribe button and then you hit the more button, you'll see the instructions. Or if you want, you can go to our website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. Okay, I also need a little bit of salt and pepper in here. The milk I used was half and half. I like to keep my cold things cold, hot things hot. I took one of those county health food courses once when I was working at a place that had a kitchen, and we was like short order cook, hot dogs, hamburgers kind of thing. But everybody that was there had to take the course. And of course the big thing I learned is in the kitchen, bleach, bleach, bleach. That was the big thing that they preached. Use bleach on everything. Keep cleaning with bleach. Can't use enough. And I've tried to stick to that and to have a healthy kitchen. Like my scissors, after I use them to cut, I squirt my mix of bleach, water, and dish soap that I just have in a squirt bottle. And that's how I clean my scissors or spatulas, all these things. Okay, of course I'm using a mixing bowl. It has a round edge so that none of the ingredients stay down on the bottom. I have the oven preheating, and we're going to put this in for about 40 minutes. So here's the hard part, folks. I promised you this was a quick, easy, fun recipe. I mean, you could literally have your kids make this for you. There you go. Just like that. Then we're going to throw it in the oven covered. So let's get some foil. I ordered this online and it came with a lid, but it didn't have any instructions. Did it tell you about the lid? I'm wondering if the lid was the same material like these things are, because you know you can bake with those. If that's the case, the snap-on lid that it came with would actually be able to be put in the oven. So I'm going to have to do some research on that and find out about that. If anybody knows about that, you can just put it in the comments, please. Let's throw this in the oven. Timer 40 minutes. For the tomatoes, we're just using the scissors, cutting them up about 3 times. So I have that all ready. I cut the tops off these, actually Barb did, so thank you, Barb. She just cleaned this up, washed them, cut just like this. Here's our whole container for garnishing later. Now we need to do the Gruyère cheese. So you have to do that while it's cooking. So let's go grab the cheese grater and I'll be right back. Just knock off the outside edge. Just like that. Some waxes are removable by running hot water on them on some cheeses. This particular one just had a little bit of a rind there. So this cheese now we're going to sprinkle on top after 40 minutes, and then we're going to put it back in the oven for about 10 minutes to get the cheese to melt. I'm going to have to sneak this one in here, but I normally put this thing in here before I grate the cheese. That way the cheese is all in there. But as you can see, it worked out good in the end anyway. So let's just wait for that to get done now. We are down to the last few seconds, and then we're going to pull it out of the oven, put some cheese and tomatoes on top of it, and then we put it back in again for 10 minutes. So let's pull it out of there. That is hot. Be okay on my countertop. I can hear it bubbling. That's always a good sound when it's bubbling. I'm cooking chicken in the oven. This is funny, some of the chicken sticking to the foil. Ooh, oh, that's hot. We'll let that foil cool. You know, foil's funny, it doesn't get hot. That's almost 400 degrees. Foil doesn't transfer the heat. So maybe you're better off to spray your foil a little bit. Now, I want to just check really fast some pieces of the chicken and see what they look like. So I just stick a piece of chicken and then I bring it up. Okay, so this chicken is done. You know, it has to be over 165. So we're going to put the cheese on it and melt the cheese. So here's the tomatoes that I cut up. Barb cut up, actually. I don't want to take credit for her hard work. Here's the cheese we shredded. Just like that. Wow. Then the last thing we'll do is those green onion scallions. Hot, hot, hot. Here we go. Just a few seconds, it should be all done. The timer is counting down, and we can take and pull this out of the oven. Serve it up, and I know it's going to be delicious. It smells great. Wow! If you could smell this, folks. Oh, nice big plate full. Potatoes, cheese, just like that. Then you want some green onions on top. And here we go. I have some cut up fruit to go with it as well. So this is the show for the day. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time. Goodbye for now.